Good morning. Good morning. Sorry. Sorry. That's what I do. I just say sorry all the time, you know? That's what I do. All right, there we go. Now live in Facebook whenever it starts. Good morning. Good morning. I hope you had a great last week of May. It's a little crazy here. Oh man. I'm really struggling with summer this year. I didn't prepare as well as I should have. And it's really been biting me in the booty. But I did prepare quite a bit. My kids are home for the summer already. And what I did is I printed off a whole bunch of workbooks for them. And I planned it for like each week. So each week we have a new thing that we're working on. This week we're working on some math and reading comprehension because we're struggling there. Uh, and the big thing for me is um, uh, like the sanity, having sanity when my kids are home. So we've been planning things for going out each day. That's why I'm a little tiny bit late because I thought that the park that was 1 mile away wouldn't take me 15 minutes to drive home from, but some things happen and it's a little silly. Um, Good morning. Good morning. It's good to see you. So it's a little wild here. So I'm all sweaty and I need a shower because, I live in the South, but we did go to a park and had a nice walk. And oh, my dog is here. I was going to say, and my dog is probably downstairs sleeping. I don't think she wanted to come upstairs with me today because she just wanted to lay down downstairs and sleep. And although we don't normally do any screen time in the morning, I decided this morning that they can watch a movie during Trendy Thursday because I deserve that. So, yep. So that's my weekly update of my life. Next week is Jackson's birthday. I think his birthday's on Thursday. Where's my calendar? Yeah, his birthday's on Thursday. That's fun. Okay. So there was something I wanted you to see on Teachers Pay Teachers, and I think you'll like it. Let's see. Okay, there we go. All right, let me go over here. So when you log into Teachers Pay Teachers, they give you a um, they give you this thing right here. What is this called? A banner that has things in it, and it's seasonal. It's always seasonal. So sometimes there's things for like it's the end of the year. Sometimes there's things for Easter or whatever. I don't. I have not kept track of this as I should have, but I saw it this morning and I was like, well, that's interesting. That this is what they see when they log in. If they log in and then come to like teacherspayteachers.com. I don't know actually what it is when you just log and you're not logged in. Okay, so if you're not logged in, then it's just an explore now. But if you are logged in, maybe search the latest. Is that literally just the most? Okay. This is not the latest. Okay. What they have. Okay, so this is only if you're logged in, which, if you want to buy stuff, you got to be logged in. Make the last days of school meaningful. And if you click on it, it sends you to a search page for last day of school. Yeah. So it's showing people, it's directing its audience to last day of school, right? If you click on this, you can see other things that you can do for each. Okay, I'm a little worried about my dog because I don't think I put a movie on, so I don't know that my kids will like see it and like let her out. but we did just go for a walk. So she got all of her pees out because she had to pee on everybody else's pee, as dogs do. But anyway, so this last day of school, they have activities, they have coloring, they have sign, they have crown. And then if you add a letter, they have other things like activities. And then it has each grade. It has like middle school, it has second grade, it has kindergarten in. So those are things that if you can find a way to make that work, you can pretty much be on. Some of these you probably won't make the first page, like definitely last day of school. Like look at all these reviews. There's 150 here, 900 or 495 here, 900. All of these sell super well. Like they're old, they sell well, they have all of the reasons for TPT to believe that they're going to do well. So it's something to put into your listing last day of school, but also understand that you need to add something else. So what I do is I always just come up to this search bar and I just type in another letter to see like what could happen, like last day of school packet or portrait. I was thinking about doing that one. And there's an S. Self-portrait. Scavenger hunt's a fun one too. So this is me on the last day of school. That's another one you can do for the portrait. So I was just thinking about like what we could do for this, and there's a lot of options, and I love that about Teachers Pay Teachers, that they're telling you where they're directing people. Okay, so as a seller, you kind of want to capitalize on that the most that you can. And I'm going to be eating my yogurt because I just walked in the house, just so you know. All right, so last day of school, I would a letter from your teacher on the last day of school. So the ones that I have written down are last day of school, self-portrait, and snapshot of my year. Both of those are like very seasonal, right? There's also snapshot of my year. Oh, snap keep pattern cards. That'd be fun. Snapshot of the year. So something like this could be fun. And I don't see, like, there's ones that don't have any reviews. And that's that's all I look at. I don't even really look at like what the things are, because like some of them I feel like it's easy to outrank on this page. So I am definitely going for that. Or last day of school portrait is another one that I was looking at. So that's something we can do. And so yeah, let's get to it. But yeah, when they have a banner like this, find a way that you can make something that will kind of go with it. You're not going to be on the first page. You're not going to be on the first page because this is such a high search term, such a wide search term, that like there's no way anytime soon that you're going to make the first page, especially on a brand new product. But you can use this to help you be able to find a new audience. So like last day of school you won't make, but you can find new ideas you can find new ideas for ideas, right? Like a last day of school crown, that would be super fun and easy. We have so many templates for this in the membership. And if you look, there's one that has 2 that's like right up here, 2 reviews, and then most of them are really good. They have a lot of reviews. So you might not make the first page. Barefoot and Bilingual, I love them. So you might not make the first page on this, but even if you make the second or third, and this one doesn't have any, so you might if you try, if you get really good little boost of I don't know, a good boost, you might be able to get on the first page. I have things that are on the second, third, fourth page that are still some of my best sellers. Like let me go to no. Let me go to a new incognito window, and if you go to Teachers Pay Teachers and you go to like awards, end of year awards, it was like animal awards, I think. Yeah, end of year animal awards. If you look up that, I don't think I'm on the first page. Oh, I am on the first page. But it sells so frequently. And I'm interested if this one sells really frequently. We'll have to ask um, Marilyn if it sells really well. I can't multitask. I was looking for other names that I know, and I don't see any. But like some of these people have had this product for like a bajillion years. Like this one is very old. These ones are very old. They were there when I made that product, but like end of year awards, I'm not on the first page for sure. And you can like scroll back. That's what I do to check. All of these look very similar. They all look the same to me. Like they all have like but I guess this is probably the same person. But I'm not on the first page for that, and I'm still getting sales. On the second page for that. So that's something you can look at. Is like, am I on? You can check. I always go to an incognito window if I want to check my spot, and I'm not on. I'm not on here. Oh, here I am on page. What is this? 6. I'm on page 6, and I'm still getting sales. So take that as you will. Perhaps you could get some sales even if you're not on the first page of all the search terms, you know. Okay, let's get to it. So I'm going to open up PowerPoint, which is already open. And as you can see, I've been very busy. Oh. It says yesterday, but I did not do that yesterday. I did that Monday. Okay, that makes more sense. Okay, so we're just going to do a new, what are we doing? We are doing snapshot of my year. Put my yogurt over here. Thank you for your patience with me as I suffer through summer with my children. Okay, I mean lovingly, I love it. It brings me so much joy. And I do. I love hanging out with my kids. They're great. They're great people. The thing is with having so many kids though, is there's such a dynamic, like if one person has a bad day, it kind of wrecks it for everybody. If one person's just in a bad mood or just is a little sour, wrecks the whole day, you know? So it's been a challenge already. It's been a challenge already, and we're on like day like 4. But anyway, is it 4? I don't know. And Brandon has to work tomorrow. So like, oh, we're gonna make it through. We're gonna make it through. It's gonna be fine. Whew. Okay. So for this one, we're gonna do a snapshot of my year. So I'm gonna write that down here so I don't forget. Snapshot of my year. So what I was thinking with this was we could snapshot of my year. Okay, that's what we're working on. Put that right. Oh, why you do that? Huh. We're gonna put it right here so we can see it. And yeah, so we do have a template somewhere for 2025 that's like, oh man, what was it? It was like I think it was the end of the year last year. Editable PowerPoint. What are you? I have no idea. All right. So for this one, we do have a self-portrait template. So that's a nice one. Maybe that one has what I'm thinking. There was one that had like, no, nope. That's fun. We could add this one as well. So to make this, you just, yeah, I always put my name down on the bottom to make a line. So you just go over here to home, and then you grab one of these lines right here and you just tap it, and then you make it go on one of these. Oops, scroll in. So you can see what I'm talking about. I have these grids and guidelines. You can right click on this beige gray area and go to grids and guides and add guides, smart guides, and grid lines. The grid lines are the squares. The guides are these things that go off the paper. You can change the color of them too if you want. It's up to you. And I add a ruler. So I always do guidelines. I always do, or grids and guidelines. I do the whole thing. And then I have a ruler as well, just so I can see. So I make sure that this is on the line right here, and then I press Control D and I duplicate it, and I put the next one on the line here. And it doesn't have to be perfect. It does not have to be perfect. And then I duplicate again, and it goes the same one. And then I grab all three, and I go to Shape Format. I close this, and I actually right click and format object. This is the way that I like to edit my lines. So you come over here to line and you do a solid line of black, and then I like to make it like usually 3, but I think 2.5 is okay for this, and then make this middle one like 2, a little bit smaller. And then you can just grab all 3, right click and group. Oop, I forgot to do the middle one. You also want to make this middle one dashed. And then you have your lines, and you're like, Beth, that's absurd. Look at that. But you can like grow it to be bigger or the opposite direction. And you can make it smaller, and it will remain that equidistance apart. So that's why I do that. That's why I use the lines, so that I know that they are equidistance apart. No matter how big or small I make these lines, they will always be the same distance apart. So that is how you do this bottom part, how I write my name. And we could even do like, we could change this to last day of school. You could do that. So that's an idea for your last day of school self-portrait. It's super easy. And like, this is how I write my name, and you can just super easy make that. And then to make that box, you're just going to make box. You're just going to make a box. And then go to color white for the fill, and then the solid line of black with, I always do 3-point with that, just so that I never have to make that decision. I decided that it's always going to be 3-point. There you go. All right. So there you go. You can do that for your last day of school portrait. But what we're going to, I just clicked on the wrong screen. Good morning, autograph section. Yes, I also have autographs. Are you saying that that's, hold on. No, I wouldn't be there. It'd be in Teachers Pay Teachers. And then you go over here to my product listings, and then there's like one that's like picture. No, photo. End of the year. Is this where it was? I don't think so, but I might have. Yeah, something like this. So we would do like the autograph section and things like that, and it was so cute. I always loved this product. Some people buy it, but it's not a bestseller. But yeah, so what we would do things like that. We're going to do the same idea as this. And then you can just like link them all together. Link them all together. All right. So snapshot of my year. We're not going to do all of this though. What we're going to do is we're going to do a snapshot. So actually, let me undo that. This one is a white box with a black outline. If you right click and go to set as default shape, then everything you make after this will be white with a black outline. Every shape you make. Let's see, Nikolai had a page from school. So it made me think of last day of school products that we made in the past, an autograph section. That's right, we did. We made those. We made a lot of, we've made a lot so far. Let me see. Actually, I have that in the launch pad. If you go over to seasons, there's one back to school. I think I need to add some more things. But these are like more of the templates right here. And then there's navigation. But the season, the end of the school year, we did the awards, the sunglasses gift tags, which I think I'm posting that one in the group. I think I scheduled it for tomorrow, but maybe another day. Um, but I scheduled that for you. And test motivation cards, that's a great one too. Um, there's definitely more than what's here. This is just the seasonal things. There's other ones that are like not seasonal, like self-portrait and I have who has, and like a lot of these are not seasonal, but then there's ones that are specifically for seasons, you know. So I split those up for you so you can kind of see them where they go. And I need to add more because we have a whole bunch more classroom decor. But if you just go to the classroom decor section, then you would be able to see all that. But anyway, let's see there. Okay. But yeah, so I have this for you. That is at bethanaverill.com/launchpad. bethanaverill.com/launchpad. This takes you to you can use all of these link to inside the membership. Sorry, my brain is not working today. Well, I'm not sorry. I have kids, and that's the reason. They're the reason. They're the reason I don't have a brain. They're the reason. So anyway, if you're looking for something, you can go there. Another thing that I like to do is I like to go to actually, let me see if I can log in really quick. bethanaverill.com/login. Grab this. Log in, and then if you go to templates right here, there's templates in everything, but if you go to templates here, there is the Launchpad is here, which I didn't realize there wasn't a picture for that, and I didn't realize, you know, there's a lot of things when you look at when you look at your membership, you realize a lot of things. But if you just come in and you hit Control F to find, and then you look up like June, for example, you'll see what we made in June, like summer Q-tips, skip counting posters, color by number, morning menu. That's a good one. And you just find all of the different things that you made in June. Summer reading bingo cards. Those are fantastic. Summer I Spy. Like you can find something for everything. You can find, we have so many things, so many templates, so many things for you. So anyway, I just want to show you all that. It's summer in the awards crowd selling for me. It's summer. Yeah, summer. Everyone always says that you don't make any sales in the summer, but that hasn't been my experience. I've actually, this month has been the best selling, the most lucrative month on Teachers Pay Teachers that I've had in at least 2 years. At least 2 years. So, yeah, I don't believe the hype that you can't make sales when it's the end of the school year or when it's like teachers aren't buying things, because they are. They're just buying seasonal things. So always make as many seasonal things as you can. Anyway, I'm just chit-chatting and I shouldn't be doing that. And I'm sorry that I did that to you. Anyway, so I feel like that's why we hang out though, is you guys enjoy chit-chatting with me. You sell during the summer. Yeah, you do. I bet that's true because we've spent a lot of time together a few years ago creating products. And I mean time like on the internet. You beat your previous maze of the past in this month. That's great. I love that for you. Last year I got devastated by a search algorithm change. And I know the day that it started and I know the day that it ended, because like you could see it in my analytics that it was just like I had a bunch of sales and I was doing great. And then I went down and I was down for, it was in May until October 6th. So it was, whew, I'm having an emotional day. So I don't want to cry about that because it's not a big deal. But I lost thousands of dollars because of this algorithm change. And that was very, very painful. Instead of making about the same year over year or more, I've been at least doubling my year over year for 3 years now, at least doubling every year. And last year it was like a tenth of what I normally make. So, like, if I were to make $1,000 normally in this 1 month, I was making less than 100. And I know, like, if you're not making $100 a month, then like you'd be like, oh yeah, that's great. But when you're expecting to make 1,000, 2,000, $1,500, and then you make 64, it is devastating. And it was a very, very, very difficult time for me because I am very much a person who believes that if you, um, mm, I don't know how to say this. I don't know how to say it out loud. I know what I'm thinking, but I don't know how to say it out loud. But like, if you have the search terms, if you have seasonal products, you're going to make money all year. And I was making money, like people were finding my things, but like my views were catastrophically low, catastrophically low. So people weren't even seeing my products. And that made me think that it was an SEO problem and everything I tried didn't work. Like everything I did wasn't working and nothing touched it until October 6th. And they just changed it back or they did something. And then I had one of the best months of my career again. Like it's frustrating. It's frustrating because like I make new products all the time. Like I'm not like a I don't know. It was frustrating because I was putting the work in and I was doing the thing and it just hit like a brick wall. And that was uh catastrophic is how I described it. And so now this month when like I have the thing set up so that I have my phone silenced right now, but I have it set up so that it like vibrates and tells me every time I make a sale. And like my husband is getting annoyed with me because I'm like, I just made some money. And then every day at dinner, the kids and I we play a guess how much money mommy made today game. And, and it's so fun for me. And they're all always like, oh man, that's so good. I'm like, I know. So it is fun. It's fun. And it's like a whole thing. And I think my husband is sick of it though. But so when the algorithm is fine, it's good. But as someone, I depend on search. I depend on the search terms. Um, so I don't have a social media for my TPT store. I just have the search. So it really hit me hard when it really hit me hard when that algorithm decided it wasn't my friend anymore. But it did eventually bounce back, but that was very painful. Very painful. How many months is that? So like 5 months. Oh my gosh. It was yeah. Straight down. Yeah, it went straight down. That's yeah. It was so bad. I took a screenshot and like I save it in my thing, but it just hurts me, you know? Let me see if I can find it. Not in my library, but it's like my favorites. Yeah, pin collection. It's just and it's hard to see actually if I were to. Why are you doing that? Don't do that. Oh gosh. Let me just look at the picture. Can I just look at the picture? Hold on. Featured favorites. There we go. Bad. That's what I call. Stop doing a movie. Why is it do a movie? I just want the photo. How do I change that? Why is this so rude? There we go. Okay. No, not movie. Photo. Just a photo. Okay. uh yeah, I don't even know if I can show this to you because you can't really see it because it's so like intricate. But you can see you can't really see it. You can see that there is blue. You can't really see the difference between the blue and the green in the picture. But like it went from blue over here to green, which meant last year was better than this year, back to blue on this side. So it was, you can't really see it because it was like a weekly thing, or it was like, this was like daily sales, but like it was so catastrophic. But it's back now and it's okay. It's okay. He's asked me how much money I made. He stopped once I went to work at the college. He asked if I'm going to do TPT now that I'm home for a few weeks. Yes, I sure am. I love that. All right, so let's get back to it. Okay, so this is for I'm kind of doing a two for today. We're gonna do the last day of school self portrait, which that's really all this is gonna be. It's going to be a preschool product. You can change it to make it another way if you want. But I would do this snapshot of my year and then make it smaller because that's absurd. And then center it. And then what I would do is I would just make fake Polaroids. That's what I would do. And I would change this font to be like one of my favorites. So I have this. That's a fun one. Weekdays, it's one of the free ones. I'm sure it's still free. It might not be anymore, but I'm sure it still is. Or KG Red Hands is a good one. And if you're gonna do KG, make sure you capitalize your words. All right, and then let me get a little smaller, and then we're good. Okay, snapshot of my year, and then I always make sure that I have my thing at the bottom. Gosh. Boop. And then we will just make boxes. So one of them is going to be a square. We'll make them 2-inch boxes. So you got these 2-inch boxes, and then you're going to duplicate that. And what I would do is I would just make this back one a little bit bigger. Actually, what we're going to do is I'm going to bring this here on an edge. And so what you can do is you can arrange this and you can align it to the center. I would probably make that a little bit taller. So there you go. That's basically a Polaroid, right? So I'm going to give this to you. So don't feel like you need to make this yourself. I can give it to you. No big deal. So I made that into a group, and then you just Control D to duplicate it. And then what you can do is you can make it like, 3 in a row. Ooh. You could do something like that, and you can arrange, align, middle, and arrange, align, distribute horizontally. You could do something like this, where you have 3 will not fit. But 6 will. So you can also press Control and make them a little bit bigger. But not that much bigger. Make them taller though. I wouldn't do that. So there you go. You made them a little bit bigger. And then grab them and make them smaller. Okay, so you can do that. And then what I like to do is one that has it like sideways and like kind of fun like that. And then you can add words in places. like my best friend this year, or like my favorite subject, my favorite something or other here. I just like to add a little fun. And then you can always add a little star. Make it a little wider. I like to add little stars on things. Hmm. Oh my goodness. Did I do something wrong on the Facebook group? Is that why? Oh my goodness. Oh, it's Aldi. Okay. Okay. I was like, oh, did I do something? I did not. I did not. Okay. Okay. There we go. All right. So you can do things like that, or you can add little hearts. People love hearts. Give me a second. I gotta find it with my eyeballs. I know where it is. I just can't see it. Ah, am I crazy? Oh, there it is. Okay. Do something like that. And then I would add something here like, this is the best year or something, like, because we don't want to like, we don't want to just like leave open space. It's just the best year. And like memories or something. You know, you just make things. You just make things and hope they do well, I always say like I'm not a designer. So, you know, I'm just a person who likes to make pretty things. I am by no means a designer. And you can make little sparkles. Yeah. There you go. Something like that. Snapshots of my year. And that's really it. It's just you're making snapshots. You're making snapshots. It's fine. So that is what I would do with this prompt, or not prompt. I got AI on my mind. Can you tell? That's what I would do with this idea, I guess, is make different fun things like this. The last day of school, self portrait, and then you can be done. And you can list this, and then you'll have a product in the last day of school activities so that you're not left out, Uh, and then hopefully maybe next year you can make money with it. or this year. Like there's no rule saying you can't make money this year. But I do notice that most of my best sellers and big sellers are things that I made a year ago or 2 years ago, or I think 3 years ago. I made the animal things. But you can start. I That otter one sold, um that we just made this year. It sold like 4 times, and I feel like it's a very, very niche product, and it sold multiple times, 4 or 5 or 6 times already. So, um, keep making products. Keep making products. If you want sales, keep making products. And they could pay you next year, they could pay you this year, you know? So, um, yeah. All right. So we're going to go to 2025 and we're going to save this as snapshot of my year. May 29. There you go. And then I cannot believe that it's still May. All right. So that is what I have for you today. I think that's a good one. I think that's a good one. And if not, there's fun ideas. I keep getting phone calls for people to buy my house, and I don't I don't want I don't want you to buy my house. I like it. I like my house. I want to keep it. Anyway, that's all for me today. I'm gonna go watch this movie with my kids. I can't even remember what movie I put on for them, but I was like, "You're gonna watch this today." I think it was Cinderella. I have sons, but whatever. So, well, we have 15 minutes left, so let's look at some more last day school things. See if we can find something to make money with. All right, so there's the last day of school self-portrait, which I'm gonna actually leave that one up because I'm gonna use it as a search term, and I'm gonna show you guys it's a search term. Okay, so sorry, I thought I heard my children being upset. So there's end of the year activities, which I found it very difficult when I was looking for things for my children to make. I feel like my kids are making, there's like yelling or something. Okay, hold on. Huh, maybe not. Maybe it's just the movie. Anyway, sorry, I just was like, there is something going on. All right, so end of the year activities is an idea. So the things that are trendy right now, okay? Things that are trendy right now is end of year activities or end of year. So well, I can show you. I can show you what is the big deal. But end of the year, Memorial Day, summer, end of year, end of year, end of year, end of the year, also end of the year. So anything you could do for the last day of school, the end of the year, I highly encourage you to use the words end of the year or end of year whenever possible. Oh, the kids are outside. Okay. I was like, there's like noises. Not my kids. Someone else's kids are outside. And I'm like, oh my gosh, there's noises outside. Are my children out there? So, and look, there's still some end of the year memory things. You know what I like about this, and I want to point out to you, is that like this is very much a like a snapshot type thing, right? Like it's a Polaroid camera, like the whole thing very clearly is and it says this year went by in a flash, but they use the search term end of year memories craft or end of year activities, end of year activities summer bulletin board. Like, so even if you have a product that's like obviously something else, um like we made the the sunglasses gift cards, right? Or the gift tags. So you could name that something like, oh, it's like you're shining so bright that your future is so bright, or we need sunglasses or whatever. Like sunglasses gift tag. Or you can name it, like you can name it sunglasses gift tag, but you can also name it end of the year award. Like you or end of the year activity. You can add that in as well so that it's not just one search term. And it might be a search term that you'll never rank for, but if you keep selling it for sunglasses gift tag, eventually it'll get more high on things like end of the year activities. Okay. Or end of the year or whatever. So grab those long tail keywords, those low competition words, grab those, but go for the big ones too, because if you get enough sales, you'll end up in the search anyway. You know, that's my thought. That's my thought. You know, it's up to you. You live your life. You live your life. But like, yeah, you could we could do great things together. Um, so there's end of the year, and then you click on that, and there's other things like end of the year awards, end of the year activities. You can add another letter like T, end of the year theme days. That's such a fun idea. I think about this all the time. I don't know why, but like I just think about um well, I'm working on like dramatic play things right now, or I was working on dramatic play things right now. I am working on alphabet things right now, but I was working on um there was a lemonade dramatic play and an ice cream dramatic play, and I was thinking these would make really good like themes for the end of the year. Like the reason I put them up so quickly was because I was like, these will do well at the end of the year because they're dramatic play and they're like summer themes. But like if you could have like a lemonade day or like a taco day for the end of the year, like a theme day, like I thought that that would be so cool when I was making the dramatic play. Like I was like, we could add like um different centers to this to make it into like a whole theme. But then I was like, no, I just need to get it up. So I was thinking if you could do like a theme day, just pick a theme, really any theme that you want that's summery. So like uh theme day at the end of the year. So like let's pick one. Let's pick ice cream theme day. So you could add things like write the rooms, you could add things like matching, you could add you could do so many different things. And then they could have like a reward day. My kids have like these reward day things that are like they go and they have ice cream at the end of the year or whatever. And you can just have that. And then they'll have like so at school when they're in school, I work in preschool things. So for preschool, like they have an ice cream later in the day, they could do learning with ice creams. Like you could have like banana splits that are certain numbers. Like on the bottom it would be like 24, and then you'd have like, 20 plus 4, and then 5 plus 9, like whatever. Or it probably wouldn't be 24. It'd probably be like 14. Like you can have things like that. You could have like how to make a sundae and have them do like a directed thing like that. You could do directed drawings. You could do lacing cards. You could do like everything you can think of, like everything that we've created in the membership. Find a way to make it ice cream if it makes sense. If it doesn't make sense, obviously ditch it. But like make a whole theme for it and sell it. You could sell it for like these, say, let's see. There's this one's $5, this one's $8. You could sell it for probably I would sell it for 5 or $6, right? And then make that the price for it, and then since it's a fun little project, it'll do really well, and then you'll make bank. But like some people sell one thing for $3. You could do that too. It's up to you. Then you can make a bundle. You could You could have like your onesie twosies things. Let's see. Does any of these have bundles? This one looks, no, it doesn't. This one's a bundle. So like you could have different things in it. So like this is like the Google Slides and activities and includes everything. I guess it's just two different things. But like you could do that and then make a whole bunch of money with your bundle. And then you could also do like decor. Oh my gosh, there's so many ideas. So I just want to encourage you. That's something I think about a lot since I started making my ice cream dramatic play. I was like, man, I could put so many things in this and make a bajillion. Oh, pardon me. I get the hiccups every time I drink water. Do a whole bunch. I make a bajillion dollars. I could just make a bajillion dollars. I could just do that. So that's just something else you can think about. Hello. So yeah, that's all I have for you today. Have a great rest of your day. And thank you for being here. I appreciate you. All right. Have a great rest of your day. And I'll see you in the Facebook group. I'm going to be working tomorrow. So you'll see me. All right. Bye.